a mantra that says the easier your program is to fall into, i.e. if it's cheap enough to just give you a coin and then they're in, the easier it is for them to fall out.
The main thing is impact, but I mean, impact without a business is, I mean, it's a joke, you know what I mean? Unless it's a business, it's not, you know what I mean? Well, it's not a charity, you know what I mean? It's got to be a legitimate business.
Okay. Well, then this is really interesting because as a marketer, if somebody is going to figure out, all right, how do we make sure that this message communicates with the market, which is these farmers, right? There needs to be a message to market match. And that's only 2 out of the 3 different variables. The next you have the media, right? Or the medium. How are you reaching these people? Are you reaching them through email? Are you reaching them through Facebook? Are you reaching them through calling them, right? So it's like, how are they going to be exposed to your message? But then going beyond that, if this is something where, does this need to make you money immediately? Like, are you going to rely on this to pay your bills? Immediately?
Well, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good, definitely. Because it's like, I know that's what I'm saying. It's a bit tricky to, like, such a niche thing to quickly jump to making money.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it being niched. In fact, that's very good because you're not really widespread. But the fact that it's so niched means that you can really get in somebody's head with your marketing and your copy. Now, the reason I asked whether you are doing it for money or if you're doing it for impact, obviously you want to make some money, but it's going to be the difference between setting up a course that is higher ticket so that you're getting more income coming in and you only take the people who are the most committed versus people who are like, they're kind of interested. Let me just kind of figure out what this is. And then that's going to be not as profitable.
Yeah. So I prefer to do the low ticket. Although like I really want to I want to jump to the profit. I feel like instinctually the low ticket is a better start. Just because because it is so niche and to like start to make a bit of noise, I felt it's better to start with something like pretty low ticket, not like $20, but, you know, like something like $100, $200, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So here's also something, if you're wanting to make some noise, you want to make some positive noise, right?
Yeah.
You want to, so whoever you work with, you want to be able to help them have a transformation and you want them to be able to have a positive experience. And then for them to give you a positive review, positive testimonial, so that you can use that for future marketing material, right?
Yeah.
So let me tell you this, okay? It's going to take the same amount of work to get a bunch of low ticket people as it is to get you 1 or 2 high ticket people, the exact same amount of work. Your results will be more if you do a higher ticket one. Now that's up to you, what you want to charge, but I would much rather have the same input if it's going to be the same to targeting high ticket clients as versus low ticket clients. And then the person who invests with you at the higher ticket rate will have more skin in the game because they will have paid a higher price. They will listen to you. And there's a mantra that says the easier your program is to fall into, i.e. if it's cheap enough to just give you a coin and then they're in, the easier it is for them to fall out. But if somebody makes an investment in themselves, if it's not through you, it's an investment in themselves, or investment in themselves through you, right? Yeah. So if you can get that psychology down and you can help one person have a unique transformational experience, then that could be all the marketing that you need. And they might become an advocate for you going and telling everybody else that they know.
Yeah.
So, but you got to get your first client in. So that's what I would recommend, because then you could go back and you have enough money to sustain you and to sustain your family for you to be able to go and do low ticket stuff. But that would be my recommendation.
It's like suddenly changes because it's like a bit it's intimidating for me, you know what I mean? Because like
What's intimidating?
Because like, I mean, like to do like a small ticket price, I mean, like obviously I don't have to put myself out there as much if I'm doing this. I think it's a good idea what you said.
You're putting yourself out there whether you do low ticket or high ticket. It's just a matter of how much are you allowing to come back to you, because you're going to put everything you have into this. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
So how about we just let and the whole nature of business, by the way, is for you to receive more than what you put in. That's how business exists, right? Yeah. So the cost for Apple to be able to make this phone is like a fraction of what they charge for it, right? This is a $1,200 phone, and it probably costs them $50, $100 to make, right? For the parts. That's arbitrage. That allows them to take a smaller set of of resources over here, combine it to where the sum of the parts is greater than the whole. Yeah. The whole is greater than some of the parts, right? And then you're able to make some actual profit. Now, let me paint a picture here. You make more money, you have more impact, you're not desperate, you can relax and you can let your message shine. And then from there, you can begin to make some better decisions, because there's a big difference between somebody, and I don't know what your financial situation is, but there's a big difference between somebody who is drowning and somebody who has enough money to breathe and can now think clearly and strategically.
Yeah, sure. Wow, that's it. I didn't expect that actually.